Hey guys, it's Georgia. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If y'all are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I'm going to simply be repainting a couple of ceramic car coasters that I got at the dollar store to make them a little bit more my style, as I do in most of my videos. And I hope you guys do enjoy this video. I had fun making it. And if you like it, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that. And if you want to see these in my Etsy shop, I can totally make them. Just comment down below that you guys would like them. I can add a link right up there. But alright, let's get into it. Okay, so here are the two car coasters that I'm going to be just redesigning. They have that little finger holder so that you can get it in and out of the cup holder with ease, and they are just made out of ceramic, so I can easily paint right on them. So once I get them out of the packaging, just going to be coating them with a nice white base, as I do with all my painting projects. During this point, I did realize that the original design was somewhat etched into the clay, so it is going to always have a little bit of the peace sign, the word good vibes, and a little bit of the rainbow for the other one. But I think once I added my own design, it's not as obvious, so it doesn't really matter. I am doing two different designs, so just starting with the first one, I'm starting with a nice bright yellow center of this, and I'm going to be adding a somewhat bright coral orange around the outside of it. I want to make this somewhat like a sunset, sunrise background so that it can be blended out and look nice behind the picture I'm hoping to paint on this one. So after I finished both of those with nice thick layers, just using a thick brush to blend the two out into each other. Once that is done, I can start working on the design for this one. I think that the background itself did come out really nice though. Angling it a little bit so that the design isn't straight on with the holder, and I am just painting a little bright pink butterfly on this one. My first road trip I'm trying to plan, hopefully with friends, possibly by myself, is to go down to Tennessee to Dollywood. I really love her and I just want to go, and one of her main sort of symbols that she uses around the parks and all her merchandise is a butterfly, so I thought that the butterfly would be a nice, almost like ode to her. So just making it nice bright pink, because I do have bright pink floor mats in my car too, and I just like brighter colors than if I did a natural looking one, and it's less pressure. Just going with a black paint marker to make all the outlines. So I did the body and just going around the wings to sort of fix any edges that aren't perfect. And while it still isn't perfect, I think it does look better and more defined with the black. I finally did get the paint marker, and my cat wanted to inspect it to make sure that it was okay for me to use. But I was constantly using a Sharpie to do outlines because I don't like how paintbrushes look for an outline, and I realized it was leaving a lot of thin areas and just didn't look how I wanted it to. So I just bought the black paint marker. After I finished with the black, getting the original design on, I thought it was still missing something, so I went in with a silver paint marker, went over some of those details that I had, and added some more of my own, just putting a couple dots around the outside so that the back doesn't look so boring. Fixing the lines up and adding the little dots on top of the antenna, and this first one is almost done. Just need to do something with the edges. The edges of this, it's only about maybe a little more than a 1/4 inch tall, but it's big enough that I knew I needed to paint over it, especially to get the whatever spilled over on the side, and I didn't just want to add more orange to it, so I just put silver on it so that it can bring out the silver that is highlighted in the drawing on the front. Just a couple quick touch-ups, and this first one is complete. Now that this one's done, it's time to do the second one. For the second one, my camera did cut out, so it's halfway through filming, but I'm doing the same exact process for the background, just with different colors. So using a nice baby blue in the center and a thick lilac purple around the outside, making sure both of those are nice and thick, and using a thick brush to blend it out. Both of these colors, I don't know if it was the color or the paint itself, but they were just very, very thin, which is why I didn't really care that it wasn't perfect, because I did go back in with a second coat. So just, again, nice thick layer of that baby blue and a nice thick layer of the bright purple, and just blending the two of those out. With the second one, it was very clear, very obvious, and very bright, so I knew I didn't need to do 3 at least, and now that that's done, I can get on the design. And like I said earlier, I am planning on going on a road trip to Dollywood, and since that's in the country, I wanted to add a little cowboy hat. I also have a lot of cowboy hats because my grandpa who passed away had a cowboy hat, or had 2 I think, and I just really like the country aesthetic. So after I got that down with just sort of a nice sand color, just doing an outline with the pen. This isn't perfect, but it does look better than I thought it would, and just adding a little silver strip. I wanted to add something to make the two of them look like they connect a little bit, so I just added a silver line on the bottom because I didn't think dots would look good on this one. And again, to make it so it's clear that they're a set and not 2 just random designs, just shading this whole outline area with silver as well to match the accents and the second one. With both of them done, I can now see them side by side. I think that they look good together. I'm content with how they are painted, so I'm going to just be adding Mod Podge to make sure that all of the paint seals in. These are car coasters, so I'm going to be putting a cup on top of them. I didn't want them to chip at all, so I am using that matte Mod Podge again so that there's no sort of tackiness with it. Once those are done, I need to put something on the back to make it so it's actually a coaster because they aren't fabric. So just taking a little bit of fabric glue, putting it on the back, using a little bit of that bright pink felt that I've had left over from a couple projects, and just pressing them in, completing it with the second one, just making sure they're pressed in really solid so that they have some form of traction, something to hold water that falls off. Once that was dry, just cutting them both out so I had 2 separate pieces, and going around with fabric scissors to cut the excess felt off. I did stop at that little tiny finger holder because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get that with those thick scissors, so I grabbed a couple of detail scissors, and while they aren't made especially for fabric, I did the best that I could, and I still think it looks a lot better than just leaving the felt there. With side 1 done, just going with the second one and completing the exact same process, just going around the whole edge with the fabric scissors, making sure to get some form of almost a seam on the edge, and just going through with the tiny ones to get the last little triangle out. And once I've finished that, both of the coasters are complete. I really do think that these are nice. I like them a lot better than when I first had them. I think that the designs are much more my style, and I think that they're just really cute. They're going to go with my car. While I don't have a super girly car, I do have, like I said, pink floor mats. I have a couple stuffed animals in there. Anything that could be glitter has glitter on it, so I think the silver is going to bring those together. But yeah, I hope you guys just did enjoy this project, and if you did, please remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more. All my other social media links are down below as well if you want to see more than just what I post on here, and leave a comment if you want to see stuff like this in my Etsy shop because I could totally add them. But I hope you guys liked it. Alright, bye.